Talk about what is happening in Germany, more specifically what has been happening in Germany for a year now. Berlin now has what is called a Cyberbrothel, meaning that the customers, who are majority men, have the option to rent out these AI dolls, and these dolls can have conversations with them, they can physically interact with them. The men also have the option to get, a VR headset, so it feels as real as possible even though they're only talking to a machine. They can book them for hours or even the entire night. Anybody with a couple of $100 can go to these AI dolls. Now, Philipp Fusenegger, who is, the owner of this, has said that people just feel more comfortable when they're talking to a machine because machines don't judge you. Is it that machines do not judge you, or is it that you can do whatever you want to a machine? Things that would be very illegal to do to a woman. Because we're getting incredibly concerning reports on these things. You are able to customize your dolls the way they look, their hair, their eyes, their skin, their size. You can even give them features that would normally be seen in, people who are below the age of 18. You can also, reinforce the mindset that when it comes to, heterosexual relationships, the only person whose actual desires and thoughts matter are the man's. The woman is just there to do whatever you want her to do. You're going to make it impossible for these men to have actual interactions with real-life human beings. We're also getting reports on, men asking for dolls with injuries, with blood, asking to do incredibly horrific and violent things to these dolls. Things that could land them in prison if they were to do that to an actual woman. But hey, that is just fantasy. It's not reality, right? We have never seen men who are interested in these types of things and who are consuming this type of content online or now in real life with these types of dolls actually targeting and being violent towards real life human beings, real life women. That has never happened before, and it will definitely not happen here. It is all just about, making sure men have a place where they can live out their depraved fantasies. Because God forbid a man is ever judged for wanting to be violent towards a woman, for wanting somebody that looks like a minor, for wanting a woman covered in bruises and injuries and blood. You should never judge a man for that. That's just the way they are, right? Also, they are saying, their workday begins with a doll shower, which just sounds like the nastiest things ever because they have to clean up all of these dolls after the men are done with them. They then put on this beautiful makeup on these dolls so they look like real women. One of the dolls is called Kokeshi. Her skin is described as super soft, and it even smells like perfume. 1 hour with her costs $100, and the owner himself says that it is very rare for female customers to come, but they do have a male doll for that, even though it gets used next to never, at least not by women. The owner says he wanted to create an art gallery, somewhere where you could interact with the art by using and abusing it. That is the way you're supposed to interact with art. He says after a few minutes, the doll adjusts to my body heat and then it's very comfortable. At first, this was supposed to be temporary, but it got more and more popular. The way Kokeshi, welcomes these men is by saying, "Hi, I am Kokeshi. I'm an intergalactic being. It's my cosmic mission to bring the intercourse of the future to the Earth." The person behind the voice is a real-life human being. There's a camera and she can see everything that is happening, so she can also react to what is happening, I guess. She wants to stay anonymous and calls herself Aphrodite. She does say she's trying to, also teach consent to these adult men. If somebody just, kind of jumps her, she says she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, please ask me before you do this." Now, what do these dolls look like? They look like all the women out there, all real-life women. A very big chest next to no waist, because organs are not necessary when you're a woman, and very long legs. That's super educational for the men, because, that is what the founder is saying, that he wants the men to be free to explore and to also maybe learn something out of this. Now they're going out and learning that, women should do whatever they want them to do, look however they want them to look, not complain, not cry, not yell, and also very unrealistic proportions. He does say that the people who manufacture these dolls are white men. We know. It is quite obvious, but thank you. Now, as I said, there's also a VR element to this. It's so you can imagine a woman that looks the way you want her to look in whatever situation you want her to be in. But then you also have the option to actually touch something in real life, aka the doll. We have the options to do so many things with, modern technology. But in this instance, it was chosen to, feed men's addiction to adult content, unrealistic ideas about women, and also make them believe that certain, fantasies that are definitely not okay are okay. There is a reason why, it's mostly men who are interested in establishments like that. And instead of addressing that and fixing that, you're just feeding more into it. We gotta talk about what is happening in Germany.
In this whole video, I've had zero accountability. How, by that I mean, why aren't these females or women asking themselves, how did we get there? What are we doing wrong? Are the most meals getting cooked? Are we being submissive? Are we doing this and that and that? Why are there many male red pills pages asking? There's gotta be something wrong. They're not asking themselves this. Instead, they're out here saying, oh, they're refusing to level up, or they can pay $100 for the doll but not for dinner. How many dinner does he have to go? Imagine paying for 10 dinners, all of them, oh, you're not, because at the end of the day, and you're still getting news, at the end of the day, they already know who they want. They want that six-figure man. And they are rare. Not everybody wants to be a millionaire. Not everybody's going to be a millionaire. That's just life. Instead, even like the economy, even try to get women has shot up. Even the person that you could is not your type, you can't get them. You can't get them. You can't. Like, is that bad? I've literally seen it with my own eyes. A handsome man, no daddy, a really handsome man getting rejected by a girl. I was like, I know this person ain't ugly. I know I'm not. I know my eyes are not deceiving me. What's going on? I was like, maybe I'm a bit drunk. I don't know. But I saw that man getting rejected. I was like, what? Like, you have to be top to even get like a 4. No disrespect. Everybody rate differently. Even women, they rate men differently, ugly, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying, even to get a 4, you gotta be extremely, like, really, really either really handsome or really, you just have to stand out. Really. And some people just wanna be them. It's like really that bad. And you end up having bad relationships out here because people are dating people who are not that type, not who they love in order to survive. It's crazy out here. And I predicted this. In my other videos. I predicted this. I said men are gonna get fed up and they're gonna end up making robots. Go check my other videos. You'll find that audio. I literally predicted a few months ago. I said men are gonna get fed up and they're gonna make robots, and this is what happened. And while they're complaining, let them figure out how to get them pregnant. Because they're gonna find a way. I actually describe this situation like if you've watched Jurassic Park, like when the dinosaur breaks out. They're figuring all this out, and you put them because you're abusing power. You're born with a value. You know what I mean? So you're abusing. Ooh. If and they're starting to figure it out, and they're gonna find a way. Yeah, Siren. They build. You see, they're creating stuff and blah blah this and that. They'll figure it out. Once they figure it out, yeah, in danger, really, really, really in danger. They gotta do something in terms of like a whole specific like the way. I'm not saying the men are all good. Some men cheat, some men lie. You know, yes, we are both flawed at both times. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, from what I've seen, it's really bad, and this was inevitable. It was gonna come up anytime. There's no way this thing could have flourished if there was no demand. You know, if there was no demand, you see in that I'll show you an article. Let's read this article together, because the lady here says, oh, they created this to sexualize it, do it underage, blah blah blah. The owner who started this, there is no fucking way. I even asked myself, there's no way he went ahead, created this idea, pitch. I'd be like, oh, you know what? Let me create where people have their fantasies and that they are able to do bad stuff to their dolls and bring it to reality, kids, blah blah. I was like, something's not right. So let's go ahead and read this article. So something was not sitting right. As you can see, I was right. The owner was just found a loophole and he was trying to, a lot of people are literally suffering out here. Try getting a girl and you work at McDonald's. Just try. Try. Ooh. I swear you will see hell on fire. Oh my goodness. I have, on the other side, I get what they're saying. I can see what they meant. Technology comes with different disadvantages. Look at AI. Someone can Photoshop your face saying bad things, doing some stuff. Celebrities have been complaining, yo, my face is putting, they're making naked pictures of me. That's not me. That was an example. Some things are inevitable. There are always going to be bad people and stuff. But we are not looking at the root of the problem. Instead, they are going out here complaining, saying, oh, man, y'all wanted bears. Y'all was left alone. Y'all being left alone. Now look here complaining again. God. But I get their point they're saying, and you know what I mean? But I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to block if it goes that far. I don't think we are too damaged as a society to a point where we will get that. And like the owner he is claimed, I don't think it's gonna get that far. And like I said, literally right now, if they figure out if these robots, if it continues like this, they're gonna have a problem because, like I said, like I mentioned, there's no fucking way there was a lot of red pill tubes out of nowhere. They blew up. A lot of people made a whole lot of money, and it just came out of nothing. There has to be something wrong for all this to happen. They're saying, oh, they need to level up this man. If they level up, if they change, if they improve themselves, are they gonna be the same man that they were before? You think somebody being a millionaire is gonna be a nice guy or the nice husband you want? Are you sure? Are you sure he's gonna cheat on you? Are you sure he's gonna not change him? Maybe he's gonna change them. Be careful what you wish for. And a lot of times I say this, people are not appreciative of what they have at the moment. They take it for granted. And then the world is like, the world is always watching. Like, oh, so that's what we do. Say less. Boom. Something out of nowhere comes. And then now you're gonna start regretting. So right now, like I said before, and then I predicted that one, I predicted this one. If they ever figure out, oh, you're gonna get replace that. Make sure it doesn't come to that point. They better close that gap fast, and it's gotta be fast. With technology, how we're moving fast, it's gotta be fast. It will be real bad. Really, it's bad out here. Really. Like I said, no, everybody's gonna be a millionaire. Nobody's gonna be a 10 out of 10, and some. I get it. Something gotta improve and stuff, but we are not looking at the root of the problem. Both sides are flawed and stuff, but I'm speaking from what I've seen. Some people just want to be married, have a good wife, come home, peace. But instead, they're getting chaos out here. Here's some men I've seen a lot of people suffer, and it's really bad. On my side, I think it's the time to take accountability, find out what we were doing wrong and how we can improve it. Out because it came. But if you're a girl out there, get your mans. Be a good girl. I mean, like I said, people have their flaws. I'm not saying they're gonna be perfect. Blah blah. Stay, get your man. Sit home for a good man. Relax. Make sure your value is good. Take care of yourself. Make sure if they take you for granted, they are lost, not yours. You did your work. They're gonna get replaced. They're gonna regret it. That's all that has. But all these things they are saying is what you think, man. Like I said, even if the aliens pull up right now, they are cooked too. They look a bit fine. If you've seen the cartoon Invisible, they're gonna be with the aliens because they're social animals. They're built for that. But at this time, oh, bro, I get it. Some of you are saying, "Oh man, gotta, to provide, blah, blah." But look at the economy. It's tough for them today. It's beating their ass. Everything's expensive, blah blah, and not everybody is built like that. If you want that lifestyle, maybe let's say, like I always say, if you want that type of lifestyle, okay, say, hey baby, I'll pay for this, you pay for this, or you pay 7%, I'll take 30%. 20%, I live my lifestyle. I can do this, or you work 80%, then blah blah blah. Or I can be the housewife. You go to work. Figure it out. Don't expect.